Wait for it. Wait for it. All is silent. The peasants rejoice. The fans have been shut off. The AC is blowing. I'm breathing. Air! Air! Yeah, thumbs up if you get that 80s comedy film reference. Right, anyway, let's bring in today's Spotlight review, which happens to be the very last thing that I will be looking at when it comes to Bandai America's Legacy Collection. This is it. The be-all to win-all. I have been teasing this for a while now, but it's finally here at long last. Better late than never, and I do appreciate the hard work that was put into getting this item for your viewing pleasure here today. Right, anyway, let's do this. Taking a look at the packaging as partake of every single video review. Well, first of all, let me get the introduction. What are we reviewing here? It is Lord Drakkon. It is a 6-inch Power Rangers Legacy Collection action figure from Power Morphicon. It is only available from Power Morphicon, unless you go on eBay now and you're going to pay scalper fees. But anyway, taking a look at the packaging as per sake of every single video review on this channel. Got a nice picture of the very first appearance or unveiling of Lord Drakkon from the Boom Studio comic series after Black Dragon was defeated by the Rangers. So there you have that. Here's Lord Drakkon's name, Legacy Collection. The 25th anniversary sticker for Power Rangers with the Red Ranger high kicking, which is pretty nice. Here's Power Morphicon logo with a very nice shiny holographic effect going on there, as you can see. Ooh, pretty nice. And on top of that, we got Saban's Power Rangers and some nice raised text. You can actually fill this. And the same thing right here, only this one's done in that nice shiny silver foil. It is a little bent, but that's due to shipping and it's to be expected, so I'm not blaming anybody for it. Up here on this side, we got Bandai logo. We got ages 15 plus to let you know that this is not your standard 4+ age action figure, right? So anyway, on the side here, we've got, if you can read this, Lord Drakkon Legacy Collection, and the artwork continues on over here, as you can see. On this side, same thing, a little bit of the artwork going on here, but most of it's right here and back here. And anyway, onto the back for this slick cover, we've got a picture of the prototype of this action figure, which doesn't look really as good as the final release. Do they ever? Anyway, here's a brief summary of the character himself. If you want to pause the viewer and read it, be my guest. There you have that. Now that that's all said and done, let's remove the slick cover. So now with the slick cover removed, here is the actual packaging that you will be receiving if you pay the scalper fees, of course, because Power Morphicon is long gone now. But yeah, you got Lord Drakkon making up the lightning bolt here. It's a very nice cutout. I really like that. Lord Drakkon with Legacy Collection underneath. Once again, your basic stuff that I've already gone through from the top. Don't need to go through it. Got the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers logo right there. The true Mighty Morphin Power Rangers logo. Remember that corny one that they used to distribute on the Mighty Morphin figures? Yeah, it was so ugly. Anyway, here we go again. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers on the side. Not much to showcase there. On the back, once again, the prototype in full effect. So you get to see everything, basically everything that it has to offer, really, because this is everything, and we'll get more into detail on that in just a moment. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Lord Drakkon Legacy Collection, and then some information of, you know, copyright and all that kind of stuff, you know, the standard stuff you don't really need to see. Alright, so taking a look at Lord Drakkon, the action figure, and you know what, this is where the proportions on Bandai America's action figures really do play off at the very end. It really makes this figure look intimidating with how built he is compared to other Power Ranger figures. It's so simplistic because obviously it's using the same body sculpt that's been used throughout the whole Legacy Collection, basically with the Mighty Morphin and Ninja Storm figures, but really, the overall improvement that they did here with the sculpting of the new cuffs and his boot cuffs and his armbands and the new shield and even the helmet itself really does make this figure look good. And the paint job is pretty clean. We have actual gold paint this time around, considering that this is a very expensive Legacy Collection figure you can only get at, you know, Power Morphicon. So It's understandable why. He's fully painted from the front and the back. I wish that wasn't there, but okay, I get it. It has to be somewhere. I'd rather it be underneath his shoes, but whatever. It is what it is, right? So, here's an overall good look at the figure. I mean, just look at that. If there is anything to say about the Legacy Collection, while it was pretty much a dud, no offense, I've got to say, at the very end, it really did show some good quality here. Now, speaking of quality, this figure has a tendency to be loose in some areas. I'm sure a lot of people are going through the same issue, especially with getting the figure to stand up just right, because he has a tendency to fall over, even though he's not doing it right now, which is the one thing that I can say is truly a positive while filming. So, let's take a look at his accessories real quickly. It's as much as you're going to get for the asking price on this guy, so it's not too bad. But again, it's just the Green Ranger and White Ranger's signature weapon, so there's really no difference here. Considering that this is a mixture of the Green Ranger and White Ranger powers, it totally makes sense. Alright? This is not me complaining, it's not a nitpick, I understand why it is, okay? But it would have been nice if the figure actually came with something a little unique, maybe like, some kind of special effect blast or something that Bandai has been throwing out here and there with their collective lines. He is warping in some areas like the legs here, only because it is that very weak plastic that they have been using since the very beginning of the Legacy Collection. It's not as strong as it could have been, and it does cause him to have that, like, cowboy walk look, if you know what I'm talking about. It's just also because it's just still a little warm in here. I can see why there's a little bit more warping today than there was yesterday, but regardless, still a nice figure overall. I really do like the way this actually came out. Let's go through the articulation real quickly on this guy, because it is your standard 6.5-inch Power Ranger action figure with a hinge joint for up and down movement at the neck, with a very nice swivel cut at the top of the head. Anyway, ball jointed shoulders, as you can see, we got some nice inward and outward movement. We got a full 360 even with the shield, this very hard shield in the way. You got a bicep swivel joint, as you can see. We got double jointed elbows. That does get pretty good range of movement there. We have that ball joint at the wrist that does rotate, and it also goes inward and outward in some areas. And then you got the swivel cut here at the hand, which is a nice attention to detail for articulation. And then you got the ab crunch feature that does get quite a bit going back and about that much going forward without the shield really hitting the buckler there. So anyway, we do have a waist swivel cut as well. Ball jointed legs, so at the hips you get this much kicking forward, you get this much going back, and if you move the holster out of the way, you can get your full-on JCVD split. So let's put it there, people. Yep, that's some nice silk quality there. And then you got a thigh swivel cut right there. You got double jointed knees, and you got a hinge joint for up and down movement at the feet, which also includes a very nice ankle rocker pivot. See, so let's dare to compare. Does it fit in scale with any other 6-inch action figures? Well, if I go ahead and bring out maybe Kylo Ren, since all my Marvel Legends are put away, this is your standard 6-inch action figure from Hasbro anyhow. And as you can see, 6.5 inches compared to a 6-inch action figure. No, this isn't going to work at all. That's not all. Let's try to bring in a Mattel Halo action figure here, Spartan Buck, and let's see how he scales between them. Not too good. As you can see, that is the problem with this line, is basically the scale on these guys. So, let's try again with Storm Collectibles Sub-Zero, and this is actually not too bad here. So, for your standard 6-inch action figure compared to a 6.5-inch action figure, Sub-Zero actually towers over Lord Drakkon, which actually works. Very good. And one more size comparisons for y'all. Here's NECA's 7-inch Leonardo. And this size looks pretty good as well, even though it's kind of a cheat since the turtles are actually small. So, you know, for a standard 7-inch action figure, they're actually more in the line of 6-inch, so this kind of works in a way. So, there you have that. So let's go ahead and give my overall final thoughts on it. Well, I pretty much have given that throughout the whole video, haven't I? This is definitely one that you want to pick up if you are really into the Legacy Collection or Boom Studios, Power Rangers, Shattered Grid comics, and all that other kind of stuff. I mean, this is a unique character. It's very dark. He's a cool character. He is so totally a killer, of course. I can definitely see a lot of people loving this figure as much as I do. Yes, I can finally say that. For once, I don't like the figure. I love the figure. I like the way that this really came out. The only problem is, and kind of a cheat here, which is why I got disqualified, is because it's an expensive figure. Of course, the quality is going to play out here in comparison to all the other 6.5-inch Legacy action figures. And this is a good way to sign off when it comes to the Legacy line, with the final review being this guy here. So questions or comments, you know, do hit it down below in the comment section of the video. If you like today's video review, hit the thumbs up button. Don't forget to give me a sub up. If you didn't like it, hit the thumbs down. Don't forget to throw in the towel. And until then, this is the unprofessional toy reviewer Rez Power signing off, saying thank you very much for watching this, and I'll see you whenever you see me.